Hello, hello. Hello. I don't hear anything, so I'm a bit concerned. Hello, is this thing working? I do believe that it is working. I also do believe that this is another episode in our WCW MyGM mode on WWE 2K24. Very eventful last episode where we got to the 10th. We got the 10th Hall of Fame trophy first, which was my main goal. You know, we're also got several more months worth of action we need to do. This is our last season on my GM mode. We got a lot that can and will happen during the course of that. So, last episode, trying to recap, got the 10th Hall of Fame trophy. Kurt Angle and Bobby Lashley had a great series of matches for the World Championship, in which Bobby Lashley became WCW champion in the last match that was inside the Hell in the Cell, and Kurt Angle was then traded to ECW for cash. And we signed some names with that cash that was provided. Of note, debuting tonight, Damian Priest. Returning to the WCW, LA Knight. Yeah. Piper Niven, who's in a match tonight. And I forgot who was, because I think we had Umaga already. We definitely did have Umaga because he competed at the pay-per-view. I feel we signed somebody. We might not have signed anybody else, but there are decent-sized contracts at the moment. If you look at the show cost, we literally... The show cost $99,000. So we need $1,000 more. Which, we're going to get a lot more than $1,000 more. I know my math is probably wrong there. This is what happens when you do these videos without any sleep. $10. We legitimately need $10, which I thought was the case to begin with. And then it would change to the 1,000 point. So we're definitely going to get more than $10. Definitely going to get more than $1,000. Because Braid in the Dark, who legitimately said that he would work for free, somehow was able to give us $12,500 as he will be released. Which, to be fair, I feel we've done this several times with him, but it is needed because we have, again, a loaded episode right here. So, first match, women's title match, a match that people really want to see in real life. Hey, I'm going to give it to you here. For the women's championship, EL Sky versus Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley just coming off a ambulance match win against Mia Yim at Backlash. AJ Styles and Karl Anderson are continuing their beef in a backstage brawl this time around. Tegan Nox really wants a win, and she has a chance to prove herself and able to potentially get a win. The other person we saw was Caden Carter. I knew we signed one more person. And the main reason I signed Caden Carter is because we have Piper Niven, who's a giant, and we did have any other talents that is a cruiser, so that is why I signed Caden Carter. But Tegan Nox has the potential to get a win here, but it gets two people that will be making their debut. And Bron Breakker is defending his U.S. Championship against Bobby Lashley. Lashley has the World Championship, and very much like his run in TNA, where he was World Champion, X Division Champion, Legends Champion at the same time, he's going to try to do the same here in the WCW. We also are having a role change for Damian Priest, and it's weird because if I'm just being honest, I kind of want to do Solo versus LA Knight and Damian Priest versus Umaga. But obviously the issues are style-wise and whatnot, so I'm going to swap that and do Solo versus Damian Priest and LA Knight versus Umaga, which I feel the first round, the way I said it, those sound like slightly better matchups, but this is supposed to be a short-term thing because I'm trying to pair Umaga and Solo to be a tag team, and we just don't really have a tag division at the moment. So we're looking for someone to spice up our tag division in the men's side. Women's side, we could form some tag teams, but we're not going to rush it just yet. So let's get to this first episode. And the good thing is I already have all this wrote down. So here we go. We did not complete the commissioner goal, which was to have an Iron Man match, which we could have had this opening match been won, but might have been a little bit too much, as EO does retain with Dakota running in, because she wants another shot at the Women's Championship. So Damian Priest is now a face here. Plan A would be to just sign or trade somebody to form a tag team with. Plan B is to just turn Karl Anderson back face and pair him with AJ. So it'd be a formation of the Bloodline versus a formation of the Bullet Club. What if they're the Club? What did they go by the last? Because it has been a while since they have all been together on WWE Tag TV. The OC. Yeah, I'm calling them the Club. As Bobby Lashley is actually double champion and injured for 4 freaking weeks, which is not the best thing. Now, I will say, A, Tegan Knox is not going to be happy because she did not win. B, I do have an injury rehab card for 3 weeks, so poor opening. That, yeah, okay, bullcrap. I've also came to the realization, and I've realized this for the longest time, we'll probably never catch up fan-wise, so I'm glad that we got the Hall of Fame trophies first. So, this is our 132nd episode we're about to book now. I don't know. Well, I'll pause there. Look, this has got to stop. I'm seriously unhappy with this never-ending string of losses. I just don't understand what I did to upset you so much. Well, you know, that loser Kai attacked me during that last fight. I'm not going to stand for garbage like that. I want to settle things in the ring with her within 3 weeks. Have at least one tornado tag match this week. So here's the thing. I'm willing to do this. I'm willing to pair Umaga and Solo in that tornado tag. The issue is that it probably would make that a rivalry. And I don't really want to pair LA Knight and Damian Priest together as a team. That does not sound that good. I'll also say, if there's a way that I get 500,000 to get this freaking Coliseum, which I don't think that I ever will be able to do that. We would legitimately just have to, like, book no stipulation matches for, like, 2 or 3 weeks and just do ad promos. Just not really the AHS way, to be fair. So, we have a lot of potential for this episode, is the best way to put this. We're going to give Lashley the week off and then potentially use the injury rehab card. I feel that would kind of benefit us to use the injury rehab card because he's not only the world champion, but he is also the U.S. champion. So, this is for 2 weeks. No, just 1 week. I keep getting confused with that. All right, what the hell to do for this episode, though, I will say. All right. We're going to have Bron do an ad promo. I didn't really want a talent scout search, but we actually are going to talent scout search. So, Apollo. Shout out Apollo. Andre Chase. Wesley. Somebody else that 110% makes sense to be on this roster, and more than likely will be Luke Gallows. And we have Shayna Baszler. Who else is that? MVP. Bring MVP back. Tyler Bate, who also did extremely well here in his time in WCW. I kind of want Apollo Crews on the roster. I just don't really know what he would be doing. If I could, and I also don't, because I was thinking pairing Apollo with somebody and then change Umaga to a giant, but spoiler, you can't change Umaga to a giant. Having MVP on this roster makes sense. Luke Gallows is definitely coming aboard. Will he interfere with AJ and crew? I don't know. I'd like to bring Tyler Bate here, but I don't really have a role for him, so it's not entirely necessary. So I'm gonna eeny meeny miny mo. Okay, I should talk about it if it holds. Let it go. Eeny meeny miny mo. Do we bring in Tyler Bate? Is the real question. Don't really have anything for where MVP could pair him with Lashley, which is needed, and he's kind of could be in a mini feud with Bron Breakker while Lashley is out. So my voice is about to freaking go out at any minute. So we're gonna sign MVP on that contract now. For 1 week only. Alright, who here? See, here's the problem. As I'm gonna pair, actually I know what I'm gonna do. This doesn't entirely make, okay, we don't even have enough money for the tornado tag, which I could have figured that as well. Because of these freaking Sodens. Select a superstar on your roster. Alright. Tornado tag's not that entirely. Actually, do I release Tegan Knox? She hasn't even won a freaking match, which is a bit sad. I'm just going to let her ride it out, and whenever she wants to leave, she'll leave. So I'm not going to fire her. Damian Priest, dead ass, might have made a mistake, sided him. Because I don't really... I'm only saying that because I don't really want to do Damian Priest versus Solo Sikoa. I also kind of don't want to do LA Knight versus Umaga. Also, don't even really know what LA Knight's going to be doing. Him or Damian Priest. I didn't really think that out. I only thought about that in the short term. The signing them. I also kind of want to do Bobby Lashley and MVP versus somebody for the tag titles. That way MVP might hold all, or Lashley might hold all the gold. But we can wait that out. So MVP is also a fighter, which kind of screws up a matchup with Bron Breakker. So we got a lot of chaos going on at the moment. But we'll make do. Alright. We're going to have AJ go to promo. We're going to have Bron. I don't know what Bron's going to do yet. Rhea wants a match with Dakota Kai, which I'm willing to oblige. I forgot about this. The Extreme Rules matches are free, but they cause more damage. So I'm not do at least one of those. Asuka is not feuding with anybody currently. Which I thought she was feuding with somebody, but obviously that's a lie. But Asuka's gonna be facing Tegan Knox, and if Tegan Knox is there's a chance Tegan Knox is not gonna be happy with this. I'm also gonna put it in the second match. What to do over here? It also is good. So Karl Anderson and Luke Gallows. So the OC versus the Bloodline. So we need to turn Karl Anderson face again, which, maybe, Luke Gallows is coming in, like, try to get sense into Karl Anderson, that kind of makes sense. Damian Priest and LA Knight, again, don't really know what the hell to do with them for now. I think I know. I got a wild idea. For this opening contest, we're going to do a fatal 4-way Extreme Rules #1 contenders match with Umaga, LA Knight. So if I don't really want it to spin off into a rivalry, but if it does, it does. Solo and Damian Priest. Or MVP with Bron Breakker running in and attacking MVP for his allegiance with Bobby Lashley. Next week, we'll do Bron Breakker versus MVP with Lashley potentially back by then. So we need something for Solo. Correct? We'll do these two in a match, because I think, yeah, it's already started the rivalry. So an all Extreme Rules show. So EO is going to cut an ad promo. And we also are legitimately spending no money, which is slightly good. Solo can... Alright, who has the low stamina here? Alright, what was Solo stamina? Was it 55? So Solo can have the week off, because he's got a somewhat low stamina. And just because, again, I don't really want to spend any money, and you know, it's a cheap episode, we'll go that route. So, #1 contenders match. Bro, Umaga versus Bobby Lashley, you know, kinda makes sense. It's just the heel face dynamics kind of ruining some of this at the moment. I also, again, don't want to go too crazy with the Extreme Rules matches and somebody get hurt. This is also going to be called uncensored, you know, because WCW technically... ECW technically did the pay-per-view first, and always, because almost every ECW match is an Extreme Rules match, but WCW did it first with uncensored, which I'm struggling to think. The only match I could think of from an Uncensored 98 is a very good show. So that's the one that came to mind. Which I think is Sting versus Scott Hall. Because I kind of get it confused with Spring Stampede, which is the next month, which I'm pretty sure is Sting versus Macho Man, in which Macho Man wins and then loses the title the next night on Nitro to Hogan. Which, if I was around during that time period, I'd probably been slightly upset with all of that. Mainly with Sting losing. Which is also kind of crazy, because this is great WCW talk at the moment. But that spun off to create the Wolfpack with Hogan and all, like, beefing with everybody and whatnot. But the weird thing is that freaking Macho Man beat Sting for the world title, and then like a month later, they're in the Wolfpack together. Granted, Macho Man was not in the Wolfpack for that long. So, you get the point I'm making there. Where, again, Tegan Knox is not going to be happy with losing again. As Kate Carter gets the win. Good for her. So Rhea Ripley's just trying to find something to do before Mia Yim returns. Bro, they are still doing this rivalry of Bea Priestley, Blair Davenport, or Zoe Starks. Anytime, I think we got a new rule. Anytime this match is on the show, I'm just simming it. If not, if this match is not booked, or you know what, because I'm so freaking tired of it, even if it's a call-out promo, automatic simulate. Come on. They've done this. Look, I want to go through this. This is because I'm interested in this main event. But they've done this for 2 straight seasons, I feel like. Shout out Scott Hall. Hey, yo. I can't do impersonations right now. Joe Gacy. I thought he was going to win, to be fair. We need to keep Tegan Nox happy enough to keep her to the trade segment and potentially try to trade her for Kairi Sane. I just realized. So I also think I'm entirely screwed and am going to finish in 3rd place because I think they don't, once you get to the 10 Hall of Fame trophies, they quit caring. You know, they don't like say 11 out of 10. All right, so boom. So yeah, there's that. So I said that, then she immediately left. Okay, I am not totally against this. Why don't they make things interesting? I'm going to put both of you in the next main event match, which kind of again makes sense because Asuka was supposed to start. I'm not gonna say start feuding with Tegan Nox, but she was, and then obviously that's not the case now. All right, I completely blanked on doing these damn submission matches. Did we have a title match last episode? We did not. Use 3 power cards in 1 week. Book 10 shows with an ad promo. We consistently do that. All right. Main event. Big ass main event right now. All right, let's think this through. We'll do, yeah. All right. For the women's title, EL Sky versus Dakota Kai, who she's somewhat feuding with, versus Rhea Ripley versus Asuka. This is a good ass match right here. AJ Styles versus Karl Anderson, special referee match with none other than Luke Gallows being the special guest referee. And Karl Anderson and Luke Gallows are going to have a match next week. So once we get to the pay-per-view, everybody's going to have to put it all together and too sweet at the end of it for the sake of the tag division that has not started yet. All right. Over here will be Bron Breakker versus MVP in a free Extreme Rules match. And over here, what do we need to do? Eeny, meeny. Solo Sikoa is going to face Damian Priest. Which, this wouldn't be that bad. It's just LA Knight and Umaga, I just don't even really know what that would look like. That's my kind of concern factor. Where with LA Knight and Solo, they've had matches before. That these two be competing in a free Extreme Rules match with LA Knight cutting an ad promo. Oh no, I'm not done. I got very concerned. Bro, they got a better promo than Umaga. I think Umaga could cut a good promo. Do I start doing charity promos again to try to get close with the fans? It's just too far gone now, I feel. We also did get a bit of money back from Tegan Nox leaving. Injury. Why? I need the better. This 45,000 is a lot. Granted, I don't even really know how much the other ones are, to be fair. Now, what I will say. I think we're going to do something risky. Thing one. Do we buy this? Why not? It doesn't hurt. So we buy that. I was going to try and wait it out, but we have a lot of people already on contract, so we're going to go ahead and use this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Luke Ellis on at the right time. we're going to use this because this is one of the rare occasions where we're probably going to have a special guest referee match. So, boom. And then lastly, we're going to use this. And then change all our promos to charity promos. Which I know we should be doing ad promos, but we're going to do charity promos because it should give a fan boost. What is Damian Priest's promo? Him and Solo's. A 3 out of 5 and a 3 out of 5. Where these two are also 3 out of 5, so it's not really that big of a change. Have your most popular... That would be Bron Breakker versus Umaga, which is not the worst match, but Scout, we don't ever really... The thing with Talent Scout points is, like, if they were free and your Talent Scout searches were free, that's what the freaking power card should be, not you gain 10 more. They should be free. That's what the power card should be. So, AJ Styles versus Karl Anderson. Luke Gallows as the special ref. The big LG. I'm going to write that down because it's quicker to write that down than Gallows. Bron Breakker versus MVP because he's still waiting for Lashley to get back. Solo Sikoa and Damian Priest. Sikoa was mad that he was not in that match last week, and Damian Priest was. So he challenged him to a match. And hopefully it doesn't spin off into a rivalry. As our big main event, Io Sky defends the women's title against Dakota, Rhea Ripley, and Asuka. What does it say for Rhea's rivalry with Michin? So next week, we probably need her to cut a promo on Michin. That way they could have their big blow-off match at the pay-per-view. So here we go. Good episode right here. And AJ wins. No, that's not the worst. It could have been worse. It could have been worse. We also probably should have saved that for the pay-per-view. But if I would have did that, then it, like, Karl, because the plan is to do that, and then Karl Anderson and Luke Gallows have a match on the next episode. Where if I would have did it at the pay-per-view, it would have said, oh, I want a rematch. So, you know, where at the pay-per-view, I'm trying to spin it off into them being a rivalry as Rhea Bloody Ripley ends up with the championship and Dakota ends up injured, sadly. Okay, all right. No, I'm sick. Because there's an extra person added and it's a TLC match, we'll go through it. But don't think I ain't ready to push that button next time around. Iron Sheik versus the Big Quiche. Which I also, again, keep forgetting that the next after the next episode is the pay-per-view. So, we might potentially have to use injury rehab cards that we only have 2. So, good thing. I don't really know what to expect to this pay-per-view, but we got a couple of different directions we can go with. We have a new NXT Women's Champion. That match was rigged. I want to meet Gallows to meet in the ring. Yes. Hey, balls. I appreciate. Have ours. You may have our backs. Thanks. 3 weeks. Hey, boss. I've been talking with Anderson lately. He had this great Do I want? I'm not that against it. It probably won't go that well, I will admit. So, main event here. I don't want to go that crazy with the Extreme Rules matches. Injury-wise, the issue here. So we got 2 injury. First of all, please, for the love of God. This is bad. This is good and bad. Because, hey, all right. Thing 1, we need to use the other one because you can't use 2 in 1 week. So that's thing 1. Thing 2, the issue is obviously you're screwing yourself by, using 1 week with the 3 week, but it needs to be done. So, who does this need to be used on the most? I don't know. Kinda weird main event about to happen, maybe, actually. Alright, here's the thing. I'm going to do this MVP and Karl Anderson tag match. This is extremely weird, I know. But I'm hoping with doing this that it counts for the grudge match with Karl Anderson and Luke Gallows, which I really doubt that it does, but it doesn't hurt for it to potentially do that. Also, Michin is back. So what we're actually going to do is have Rhea cut a charity promo and Michin cut a call-out promo to get ready for their match at the pay-per-view. And LA Knight will be on ad duty. That way we got 3 different promos going on. Now over here, we got a lot of injuries, which we'll have 1 less injury. Again, I don't know. It would actually make more sense to bring back AJ for him to team with Gallows. I think that kind of makes more sense than him teaming with Bron Breakker teaming, but I'm still thinking on that. We also don't really have a top tier main event. And the thing, Dakota and Io, it's extremely weird dynamic because they're tag partners. It's supposed to be like not really a hatred rivalry. It's supposed to be, hey, you got the title, I want the title type of thing. So I don't really like that theirs is like a, in quotations, feud, but I have booked them in several matches against one another, so it kind of counts. So that being said, special challenge match in our main event, just for the sake of it. Asuka versus Io. Surprisingly, Io did not ask for an immediate rematch, which normally would happen. Also, yeah, Gallows has to be in this match because of Karl Anderson. So we have 2 more matches to book. Do I do this as a submission match? Yes, because I keep forgetting about this freaking I keep blanking on it because again, I'm not really like stressing on trying to get those matches done, but getting these power cards would kind of help in some aspects. And so over here will be these two competing one more time. We're setting the foundation for... Look, I know Asuka and Io would be the better match, but for the sake of it and it not having a stipulation, that's why I'm putting it here. Or this being a last man standing, you know. Umaga, attack, and Priest and Broom. Alright, now again, over here, we need to use this on... We're going to use it on... Again, the grand scheme of things, this doesn't matter because everybody can be back at the pay-per-view now. Which, again, I don't know if I'm really even going to do Dakota or not at the pay-per-view to bring her back. I'm still thinking that out. We'll use it on AJ. I should have used it on Lashley and then had him cut a promo, but that doesn't really matter in that grand scheme. Now, we're just going to have AJ run in, to be fair. And he's going to attack Karl Anderson. And they got one last match at the pay-per-view. And then after that, they could be good brothers again. Have at least one Extreme Rules match. That's hilarious that I almost fumbled that. That would have been hilarious. That would have been bad. Because then... it wouldn't have been that bad. Because we still have that other injury rehab card. So, MVP wants to team with Karl Anderson. And he's doing so while also trying to get it. We should have brought Bobby Lashley back and had him run in to attack Bron Breakker. This is only a 1 week. That's hilarious. That's on me. That's bad. That's really bad. But to be fair, the Karl Anderson and AJ Styles rivalry has more beef and needs to be done quicker than that. So, could have been worse. Sky versus Asuka, and then Priest versus Solo Extreme. Now, to be fair, if we could find somebody to team with Damian Priest, and then it's Priest and his partner versus Solo and Umaga, that would make a lot of sense. That would make a lot of sense. And then I could pair LA Knight with Bron Breakker to feud with MVP and Lashley. Then the issue is, what the hell do the Good Brothers do? What the hell does AJ Styles do? You know, I don't want to bring too many people aboard and then we don't have room for them, but I did just think of that. Somebody's going to get lost in the shuffle. That's the kind of issue here.
1, 2, that's 3. Bring it.
As the not Good Brothers win in a 3-star match, so I'll take that. Because these charity promos never bring in the fans like they should. So Asuka wins. So what I tell you, in real life, this would be a great match. It has been a great match, but I knew on here it wouldn't do the best. Surprisingly, Damian Priest wins. All right, I gave y'all the damn exception last week. I do it this week with Simon. And then over here, we're going to do the same because I want to get to this pay-per-view. Alright. Now at Hell in the Cell. I told you Carl and I really hit it off. Thanks for pairing us together. Hey, boss. I know you've probably got plans. I haven't been on in a lot. Yo, you have probably, outside of Kurt Angle, been on the most premium live events for us. But, you know, I hope that she is okay with do not put Rhea Ripley in a match. It's insane. She's the women's champion. Alright. Opening contest is going to be Rhea and Michin. Hell in the Cell. Bron Breakker's at 30 stamina. That is not the best. Gotta bring Lashley back. Here's the thing. Dakota, I love you, Dakota. I'm not that against not doing Dakota versus EO, because I don't even really like that rivalry. AJ and Karl Anderson. Does make sense to be in a Hell in the Cell. Extremely worried about AJ's health. I do think it makes a lot of sense for this to be in a Hell in a Cell, so we'll just go ahead and do that. Now, we're going to go balls crazy here. Piper Niven, Caden Carter. I do not have any other giant or cruiser on the roster, so what I mean by going balls crazy, the very rare for us, casket match. Now, over here, I'm going to go ahead and get this just for safety purposes. Lashley's going to come back and face Bron Breakker for the U.S. title, because you can't do a double title match. Our co-main event. And then over here, what rivalry is left? The newly... This time out. Did Damian Priest message us that he wants to face him? I'm glad that counted. That way I didn't have to worry about that. Io Sky is expected to make 8 appearances. Io, I'm going to hope that you're okay with cutting a promo, because that is what you're about to be doing. See, here's the thing. I don't want to do an Extreme Rules match and then both of them end up injured. I'm willing to do it. So, it would actually make more sense if I did Asuka versus Io in an Extreme Rules match. That way, I don't have to worry about it being Asuka versus Io. That way I don't have to worry about Io not having a match. Now, here's the thing. Do I do all ad promos or all charity promos? See, look, the charity promos just don't... The one time... Because I've done 2... This is my second MyGM mode I've played all the way through on this 2K. The other MyGM mode that I did, and how I got a big advantage with the fans, is there's a power card that if you cut a charity promo with a fighter wrestler, it like doubles the amount of fans that you get, but it costs double the price. That's what I need right now, to be honest. Because these little 3,000 fans, it just is not helping. Or the ad promos, I'm at least getting a boost out of them. So that is why I like to do the ad promos. So LA Knight is a 5 ad. 3. Umaga might have to wait. 3, or MVP definitely, and then the big LG is also 3. I should also have been looking at stamina. Damian Priest probably should sit this one out, but now, because we have flexibility money-wise, because we got 2 matches for free because they're Extreme Rules, and then we have all ad promos. I was about to say, do we have Rhea in a match? We do. So, look at over here. Being honest with you, we should have it. I'm not even going to say anything. We can't get this done tonight on this episode. There is no way we didn't have a show where we didn't have an ad promo. I don't believe that, because it says 8. We're on our 10th show. So one show we didn't have any ad promos. I don't believe that. This should be done with Rhea and Mia, if we're being honest. I didn't mean to make it wrong, but it did. We have one here, so that's good. Submission match, again, I'm not that worried about. So, what I am worried about is we're going to do a talent scout search for a potential tag partner for Damian Priest. That would also fit well against Umaga and Solo with, I ain't gonna lie, Zero would be a good ass fit. I'm not that against that. There's one person that I really want that I've talked about. So look at Ivar. I can't forget. He screwed us over that one time. We're gonna bring in Zero just for. He might even feud with AJ, if we're just being honest. I want Bad Bunny. I'll just go ahead and flat out say. I've said it before. I want Bad Bunny for this role to team with Damian Priest. But for the sake of, we need something for AJ to do. I'm not that against AJ feuding with Zero. And we're not spending, we still got some money flexibility, so I'm not. We're in a good spot there. Anything else? Not that I know of. Alright. Io's got a match. That happened. Promised Rhea. Alright. We need to do that here if we're able to. I'm just going to hope that Rhea does not get injured and then we just do it on the next show. So. Io's got a match. This happened. Contract. Once we get to contract season, it's not going to go that well. Granted, one of these two will be gone. LA Knight, yeah. So, we'll see what happens there. So, my voice is almost gone. This is a massive episode right here for Hell in the Cell. You know what? We never spend the money for this, and we're not going to do it. I did think about it, but we're not going to do it. I kind of wish we had a fixed match. That way, Rhea automatically won, but I'm not that against it. So, opening contest, Rhea Ripley versus Mia. One last time. Inside of Hell in the Cell. Women's titles on the line. So I'm writing it down. Rematch from our last show, which should be a better show this time around because it is an Extreme Rules match. Io versus Asuka. Somebody has to go. Will it be Piper Niven? Will it be Kane Carter as they are battling in a casket match? Piper Niven versus Kane Carter. Probably not a match you would expect to be a casket match. Bobby Lashley returns to defend his U.S. title, but this time around, he's coming off an injury. I was going to say this time around. They're facing one another again. And this might be a long-standing rivalry. We shall see. Oh, this time around is Extreme Rules. I forgot about that already. And AJ Styles, Karl Anderson, Hell in a Cell. Very worried about injury potential here. But we shall see what happens. Here we go. I think this is going to be good. Montreal's in for a show. As Rhea does win in a 5-star match. Asuka wins. As Caden Carter wins, I did not really expect that. I don't even know. Did Piper ever win one? Or she won the submission match. I was like, no way I gave MVP a freaking self promo. You know what? Go do the self promos. Bron Breakker does reclaim the U.S. title and is out for 5 freaking weeks. This rivalry is going to take forever.
1, 2, that's 3. Bring it.
And this rivalry is completed. 4.5 stars, and AJ sadly is out for 5.5 weeks. They listened. And Kurt Angle has returned as they have a Hell in the Cell pay-per-view with no Hell in the Cell match. That goes to show you.
2, that's it. Bring it.
I'm trying to think. A lot to think about.
Bring it. 1, 2, that's it. Ring the bell.
As JBL's the new ECW champion. They also do no Hell in a Cell matches, but Ricky Steamboat's still the NXT champion. Jinder Mahal could have been the first real NXT champion, but he lost to Seth Rollins in the tournament finals.
1, 2, that's it. Ring the bell. 1, 2, that's it. It's over. Hit the bell.
We kind of all step up to put on good pay-per-views, but I put on the best match with Rhea and Mia. Alright. Where is Kyrie? Kyrie's out for 1 more week. How many? Talking about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need to keep Meech in here. The issue is we probably just need to trade Caden. I don't really know what to do next because we just did Rhea and Mia. I want to bring Kyrie back. That way we can do like an all damage control feud. But I don't think it's going to be really possible. But I do need, because like I said, we got the SmackDown 6 of the women's division, and then we'd be back to like the original version since Piper Niven and Caden Carter would be gone. We also need somebody to be heel. So we could actually continue Dakota and Io, Mia and Asuka. So who would be left for Rhea? Because I'm definitely with 1, 2. Oh, Tegan Knox is gone. I knew something was up. So we'll be back at 5. So that is an issue. Unless we just do Caden and Rhea. Well, we could. Can we change Rhea to a giant? We can't. It'd have to be a fighter because it would be a while before we would have changed Caden. So that's the issue there. Is there anybody? So Rhea right now is a bruiser. We need to find a fighter. We'd also hypothetically would probably have to be giving up money that I don't really want to be giving up. Gigi Dolan. I ain't that against bringing in Gigi Dolan, but I don't know how much they'd like that. All right. I'm gonna propose an offer. I'm not expecting this to go through, especially because I'm lowballing. Am I? No. This is equal value. It was equal value. But I will lowball to see what he says. Okay. Because I'm slightly interested. We'll do this, which is close to equal value. Not really equal value, but it's close. Okay. So I'm not that against it. Bring Kurt Angle and Bronson Reed back. We don't really. It's not the worst offer, but it's also giving up money that I don't really want to give up. So, and we kind of made a big deal about trading Kurt Angle away. Now this, I don't want to kick Michin to the curb. That's kind of the issue there. And it is some decent amount of money. And I don't want to really sound crazy for it, declining this. But we could also... So here's the thing. We could do this. Release Gallows. Find a tag partner for Priest. And find somebody else to fill the void in the women's division. While also... Actually, no. We can't do everything I'm about to say. This is difficult. This is going to be really difficult to do. It's going to be really difficult. Mia, Karl Anderson, y'all just put on 2 great Hell in a Cell matches, but we're actually going to do this. I'm not that against that. I got a lucrative deal. Okay, we could definitely... Oh, yeah. We definitely... we got $1 million freaking dollars right now. Superstars go to promo or sit out a show, gain an additional 4 stamina. Earn 10,000 fans when you have a steel cage. I feel like we've had that before. Superstars who win against superstars at... I think this benefits us more. Alright, we got $1 million right now. Thing 1, because I keep talking about it, half of us are already immediately going. I tried holding that in as long as I could. Which one of these benefits us the most? This does, and these kind of do. Plus 2,000 fans or plus $4,000. We'll wait and see. Now, we need to do this. Farouk. Jey Uso. Low key. It wouldn't really make the most sense for him to be going against the Bloodline. Oh, that was a terrible talent search by looking for a level 3 and then not signing anybody. Because then we get this. Ludwig Kaiser, Dragon Lee, Johnny Gargano, who I don't think we've had on the roster yet. Immediately gain 2,000. This is that's a waste of money, but for the sake of this, and we got money now. We're gonna use it one more, and then next week we'll do a better search. Huh? You need more cash. Oh, I didn't use the freaking power card yet. I was about to say. Like cash ain't no money, ain't no problem. It will be after this. Please. I ain't gonna lie, Nakamura would be good. Bring CM Punk back into the mix. Nakamura, we legitimately had on the roster for like 2 weeks. Then he wanted out. Bray Wyatt, I'm not that opposed. Who would you think would team with Damian Priest? That's kind of the question we need to keep asking. And who would match? So, we need a bruiser. Which one of the, or either, all right. Bray is a bruiser. Dude loves a bruiser. Nakamura is not a bruiser. He also costs a lot more money. So, Nakamura is probably out of the mix. CM Punk, somewhat interested in, but I don't know necessarily. We don't really have any plans for him, so we'll wait that one out. Dragon Lee, shout out. We're gonna sign Dragon Lee and Gargano, and then we're gonna kind of have like a mini cruiserweight division going on with Gargano, Dragon Lee, and Zero. And then once AJ comes back, I'm not saying AJ is a cruiserweight. He was like 20 years ago, but once AJ comes back, we could spin that off into something. Now, again, we don't need to be going balls to the walls with these signings, especially because everybody we're about to sign is not a female. And that is kind of what does he do the most. So, process of elimination, Bray Wyatt will be the one teaming with Damian Priest. Dragon Lee, I'm going to bring back, because he did have a good run first time around. And Johnny Gargano, who has not been on the roster yet. Alright, now we need to save money. Next time around, we need to find a female talent because Asuka's out for a month. I'm not that... See, here's the thing. The problem is we can't really do Kaden and Rhea because we can't turn Rhea into a giant and Kaden we can't change into a fighter. So there's the issue there. Did I not buy one of these? I thought I bought one of these. Oh boy. I knew it was too good to be true. I don't really want to go that route yet. We're going to do all ad promos for like 2 weeks. And then once we get like... If we get to 500,000, then I'll buy one of these. In that way, we'll have 200 stayed in the bank. So, Rhea... First, our big main event is going to be to crown these tag team champions. Now, in what type of match? We had several. See, Hell in a Cell doesn't really benefit us, so we're not going to do it in Hell in a Cell. TLC. It's either going to be a TLC or a tornado tag. I don't know yet. In-ring quality. Quality boost, medium. High and high. High, high, medium. High, high, and medium. I think it benefits us to have it at a TLC. But Damian Priest and Bray Wyatt versus Solo Sikoa and Umaga, who I couldn't find. We need to turn Johnny Gargano. Oh my goodness, I don't really know what to do at this moment. When Bron Breakker comes back, Bron Breakker and LA Knight are going to feud with... So, like, Bobby Lashley has MVP in his corner, and Bron Breakker's going to have LA Knight in his corner. That's going to be the story there. So we're going to start that off with LA Knight facing MVP in an Extreme Rules match, which I might change that stipulation. I want to do this like random triple threat, but the issue is that they're all faces at the moment. A three-way dance. There's nothing really at stake at the moment. You know what? Screw it. Gargano, Zero, Dragon Lee with the winner facing Bobby Lashley next week. So for that sake, I want to hope that Gargano wins. And I could turn Dragon Lee and Zero, or I could turn Dragon Lee heel. I'm trying to think. Let me think this through. Because AJ can feud with Zero. Because AJ is a specialist. Gargano can feud with Dragon Lee because he is a specialist. So we need 2 heel turns, is what I'm trying to get at, between 4 people. But I just don't know at this moment, out of those, who needs to be the heel. So that's why I'm struggling with that. But we'll leave that as is. Now, the women's division is going to have potentially the same match. I'm worried about stamina, so that's why I'm not guaranteeing it. Or am I? Bro, they got extremely low stamina everywhere. So, because I don't want to really... Oh, I forgot about Rhea, one of the freaking interference. I'm glad that I remembered that. Alright, so we're going to do that now. I think it has to be in... Let's look. Rhea, Caden Carter, GM interference, helping Rhea. Correct? Yes. Allied to. Now, yeah. So, boom. I'm glad I remembered that. Now, what sucks about that is we can't have Rhea cutting an ad promo because she has 5-star ad. Lashley is a 2-star ad, which is 2-star promo skill. I'm trying to shorten everything. That I feel is a bit insane. We'll just give him the week off, won't we? Or, which I know is a bit weird. He's going to run in and attack Gargano. That way, Gargano's like, hey, can I get that title match? And then, all right, this is, storyline-wise, makes sense. Why? I don't know. Maybe they were in the backstage area and Gargano bumped into Bobby first day here at work and Lashley got pissed and cost him his title opportunity. But either Gargano wins, he's number 1 contender, it makes sense. If not, and Lashley, in quotations, cost Gargano, Gargano's like, hey, I could have won the match, but Lashley cost me. Can I get that title match? And then Zero/Dragon Lee have a reason to turn heel and go after Gargano because, hypothetically speaking, one of those 2 would have won the match. So, there's that. So, because the whole idea of this match and why it's a TLC match, there's something at stake. Number 1 contender for the world title would be the U.S. title if Bron Breakker was healthy, but he is. And hell, it might end up being that because we might get an injury rehab card and bring back Bron Breakker. So, that being said, the rest of the show is going to be ad promos to try to get as much shmoney as we can get. I think this is a crazy... We were just on a crazy roll right now. MVP expects to make an appearance, which he is about to do. Do not book your most popular bruiser, who I don't really know who that is. It is Lashley, which is hilarious because we technically not even really booking him because he's making a freaking run in, which is a bit hilarious. As my dog is coming in to watch this all transpire. Episode... What number are we on? 136. Alright. LA Knight, MVP, Extreme Rules match. Fun fact. It's not really like fun fact, but fun note, I guess I should say. At Walmart, my Walmart, they had a bunch of WWE Elite figures on clearance, which normally is not really the case. I will say there was one time there was a Randy Orton Elite figure that was on clearance for $17, which would mean that it was $2 off, which is not really the biggest sale. Now, the reason I mentioned this is because there's a whole, I don't know exactly how many there were, but they came from the SummerSlam cube that like is in the middle of the aisle, which my Walmart doesn't always get one of those. So the fact that they got one this year was cool. but a lot of them did not sell. I picked up a couple. This is where I got that freaking Solo Sikoa figure with the messed up foot. I got a Gunther figure. I got a Harlem Heat Monday Night War figures from that. But long story short, they're on the clearance aisle for $13, and I finally picked up the LA Knight figure, and there's at least 10 plus LA Knight figures. So, big main event here to crown new tag team champions. Damian Priest has been attacked by the Bloodline for weeks. He needed to find a partner, and he'd found one in Bray Wyatt, which we don't have to have this in a TLC match. This would be to get the fan boost. I was going to say we could make it a backstage brawl. We'll just go tornado tag. Screw it. But I'm very glad we're finally able to pair Umaga and Solo together. And bring back the tag titles. Tag, team, title, tornado, tag. Which also, a good thing here is that we have 2 other teams on the roster still. Technically 3. With AJ and Gallows, which, if you're not that excited about that, we could change Gallows out and pair AJ with somebody else. LA Knight, Bron Breakker, and MVP Lashley. So however it goes, we could interchange the tag division. So we finally have like a fully functional tag division, which has not been the case this whole time. So, number 1 contenders match potentially here. We'll see what happens and whatnot. I'm just hoping this is a good match. This, I don't know how it's going to go, especially with the GM interference, but it needed to be done. I'm trying to think if there's anything else here. I got a text message that says that cheeseburgers are $1 at Sonic, but it's junior cheeseburgers. And it's today only. I don't think there's anything else, really. So this is going to be the last episode of this video. So, see what all happens.
1, 2, that's 3. Ring the bell.
MVP loses in his hometown.
1, 2.
It's the first episode also in the Coliseum as Rhea wins. Kane Carter ends up injured.
1, 2. It's over. Hit the bell.
Dragon Lee wins, which I guess that somewhat gives him the reason to turn heel, like I said. As the Bloodline are the tag champions, which I think this might end up being the thumbnail, to be fair. Which is crazy. Yeah, I see it. I see it. You know what that means. It's crazy that last season I tried to book the Bloodline versus Legacy, and it never really panned out. So there's that. Now, if we can do one more week, we should probably be at the 600,000 mark, and then buy what we could buy both. But like I said, I don't want to spend all of our money, so that's why I'm not going to do that. So we get another Hall of Fame trophy. But like I said, it caps off at 10, so this is where you need to be in the fan lead. And we are like 1 million fans behind NXT. That CW boost is really helping them out. Which is actually hilarious because you can't spell WCW without without CW. Alright. Oh, I don't like that. Alright. Thing I will say, though. Caden Carter, we're trying to save money here. We're only really saving 10,000, so we'll keep Caden for now, but she's just not here for the long run, I will say. So, let's take this through. We need to find a replacement female star because our women's division then shambles. Because Asuka's filming a movie. Kane Carter doesn't want to be here. And Io and Dakota. We're going to give Io her one-on-one. So we're just future planning. Io's going to face Rhea for the title. It would make sense for Dakota to attack Rhea, but we're going to have her attack Io and then fully turn heel after that. That way, they probably just have one-on-one matches until the women's division clears up and like can compete then. And then we'll go from there. Because somebody... this is so difficult. There's somebody I'm forgetting. Or do we just have 5 women on the roster? Because I think that is also the case. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I was about to... Alright, we're just going to have Dakota help Io. And then we're just going to try to somewhat ignore their rivalry. So Dakota needs to attack Rhea. So we'll see what happens there. What else did I say we needed to do? Oh, Bobby Lashley. Why do you have to have a 10 stamina? Who do we need to turn heel? We need a heel turn from Gargano, Dragon Lee, or Zero. Dragon Lee. Bro, Asuka comes back the week after, which actually she doesn't have to go on that long. It is a turn heel. I think we'll just have Zero turn heel, correct? No, we'll have Dragon Lee turn heel because he's the one that's supposed to. We'll make this a non-title match. And if Gargano wins, then he's earned himself a title match. Let's do it that way. Because I'm a bit concerned with this injury. Also, we could make this a little bit easier and bring Bron Breakker back, correct? He's at 4 weeks, which this brings it back in 3 weeks. So Bron Breakker can come back next week if I just wait it out. Also, try to search for female talent. So we have 5 talent scouts. We'll do with. I'm trying to think this through. If we do it this and then clear and then do a 1-star search, just with any gender. I guess that does it. Timeout. You searched all females. No. And if I do it here, this would count. Or do we still have enough points? We'll see. I guess. Alright. So we actually have a decent selection here. We can bring in Caden Carter's tag partner. But again, we don't... I don't plan on signing Tamina. Maxine Dupree, I feel, did not have the best run last time around. Shotzi, I would like to have on the roster, but she's a cruiserweight, so it doesn't really help us. Y'all, I wouldn't mind signing Ronda, but I feel that everybody else wouldn't really want me to sign Ronda. So we would probably sign one talent and then save money and try to sign another talent the next week. So we're not gonna... We got 8 people to choose from. I think the leading candidate... I would have signed Shotzi, but we don't need a cruiser. That is the big issue there. We also don't need Tamina because I don't really want to pair her against freaking Caden Carter. That's the problem. We got freaking 3 cruisers and 1 giant. Maxine Dupree, I'm willing to give another chance. But I don't know how, because I'm trying to think. She was not happy the last time around here. That's kind of the issue there. So Maxie Dupree and Ivy Nile, kind of pairing them together like they were in real life, might be a possibility. Bringing Ivy Nile, we'll see. We'll see. Not gonna rush it or anything. So while I'm thinking of it, we need which one of these? See, here's the issue here is you only get plus 2,000 fans. And then if you save up more money, you can get plus 6,000 fans. And then plus 10,000 fans. I didn't even know there were 7 tiers of this. I didn't even know that. So I think we need to do that and then try to get to that. Is it going to happen? Probably not. But I didn't even know that was a freaking possibility. So there's that. Do we bring in Dupree or Nile? Who benefits us in what we've got going on now? Probably Maxine Dupree. We're going to give Maxine Dupree one more try. I shouldn't have gave her that much. I should have gave her the initial 5 weeks. All right. But we do need her as a... Do we need her as a face? At this moment, she is a heel. And then we'd be even. Again, I don't really know what she's doing, though. Because I think the plan should be Asuka versus Io. Dakota versus Rhea. Maxine Dupree versus Caden Carter. Or Maxine Dupree versus whoever we bring in to replace Caden Carter potentially. Because Rhea is a bruiser. So we essentially have 3 specialists, and they would be feuding with the other people that are not specialists. That's what happens when you talk too much. You never shut up. So, Maxie Dupree. We need back as a face. I would love to put the tag team titles on the line. I just don't really have a tag team for it. Unless, Gargano, you didn't really win your match. We could give Bobby Lashley a chance to have all the gold. We'll see if that happens. Actually, no, we can't because he's not the U.S. champion. I'm glad that I just saw that little freaking clip. I thought he was the U.S. champion. That's a bit funny. All right, so we'll do this match like it was planned. All right. I want to do a tag team title match, but it's just like we ain't got any tag teams unless we can't really. It's not the best to form any makeshift teams. Step it up for an injured Damian Priest, a rematch from the last week. This time around in a tables match, Umaga and Solo will be facing Bray Wyatt and Zero. And then over here, these two compete again. Also in a tables match, correct? We'll do Extreme Rules. I don't really want to. Solos are really kind of the only issue there. And then Luke Gallows does his traditional. We do generate a small bonus of fans for the week with a chance of a small popularity boost. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, guys, just everybody, so. He's just ad promos, so he's going to do an ad promo. Alright. Anything else of note? We could have used one of these. Contracts are probably... Yeah, they're about to be up. We need Umaga. We need Umaga the most. Priest and Bray, probably not. So that means we would need to re-sign LA Knight and MVP. So Priest and Bray will probably let walk whenever their contracts expire. And then Solo and Umaga could spin off to face AJ and Gallows, or AJ and Gargano might even be a team at that point. We'll just wait and see. There, I'm trying to think if there's anything else really to note, because this is going to be the ended point of this. As we're about to reach the 8,500,000 fans, and then we'll have our 12th Hall of Fame trophy. Now, the issue with that is I'm not really going to count it because I don't know how many Hall of Fame trophies the other shows would have had. So, it kind of makes it a bit difficult there. But whenever we pick back up next episode, this is where we will be picking up from. So I do appreciate you for watching this. Hopefully you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one, because for now, I am out, as I need to go drink some more water. Bye-bye.